Alright, here she is, folks. Horror of Horrors, the Nightmare Dungeon Legend of Zelda Link to the Garage. So right in front of me, of course, right when you come through the door, is the cleaning bench. Yeah, I know I got some gear in here, but you do enough cleaning, you get tired of it, you work 9 to 5 for the man, so you gotta make stuff happen when you're not around. So you go down to the Horror Fright. You pick up one of these things, you find out it's effing amazing, so you get another one because you're tired of switching back and forth and whatever, and then the price is right. So let's go over these guys. Vibratory tumbler. Vibratory tumbler goes buzz, 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 shakes things around. I don't know if you can even see it moving, but it's vibrating the table. Yeah, there you go. It's funnier when they're both running. Everything moves. So what they do, we got some grit, some stuff, churns up, got the bucket of slime that's been drained out of it, some abrasives and plastic powder and who knows what else was in there. So it churns things up, shakes it around, has some cleaning products, the Simple Green Precision Aircraft Extreme 180 kickflip. Don't try this at home. So got some plastic pyramids, Illuminati confirmed. Got a piece of a drill part being sacrificed to the pyramid gods. So it chooches around. The vibration makes the pyramids flow. The part just will slowly revolve and flip end over end, just kind of semi-random from the vibration. And the pyramids have some kind of grit in them, so they're hard as nails. I mean, they're plastic, but they're hard as nails. We got a little bit of warm water, only warm from the vibration actually, and a little bit of simple green floating in there with the shmoo. This is probably aluminum powder. And so they slowly float around and scrape up against the sides of this thing, and over hours or days take all the dents, divots, and scratches and scrapes and kind of knock them down. Now, it's not a fast process by any means. It depends on the grit. These are the real fine ones. You want much larger, much coarser ones if you were making any kind of money doing this, but I just wanted to buy one thing to get a good finish, and I have all the time in the world, and then I got another one because it wasn't fast enough. So there you go. But stage two is a different animal. So you can tell by the slime paste versus the brown powdery stuff, not just for huffing anymore, that there's something different going on with this guy. And I should note, this is kind of the middleman. You wanna start with something clean when you go here. That's why we'll go over to that and at the end here, because I gotta move things around. So rubber washer to keep the spirits in. Same arrangement, same idea. Now this guy is packed right full of, I'm touching it with my wet hands, walnut shells. It's like the finest, powderiest. If I ran this thing with the top open, it makes a big cloud and you breathe it and you die. But we crumbled up some metal polish, just a cheap metal polish bar from the Harbor Freight, crushed it into powder with my fingers, put it in here to make the walnut shells more glossier, I guess. But it takes that nice, kind of roughly smoothed out thing from the other tank, and over 10 times the amount of time and half as much, cleaning, because it doesn't have any water in it. It does nothing to the dents and scratches and the battle damage, but it does give a nice kind of shine, and it's actually much better if you wash it. Right now it's kind of got a slippery residue of half metal polish, half walnut shells. So that brings us to the industrial size, super giant, Chinesium special, ultrasonic blaster. Yeah, so she was right, broken for a good year or so in my garage. Cheap off the flea bay. Don't even want to try to move it. It's so big. I don't know if remember if this is 7 gallons, something like that. Well, the heat of the thing, it has a contact touch switch kind of it's a membrane thing with metal foil, and then some of it goes in one layer and some of it's in another layer. When you push down the buttons, if I can get into here, these things all weigh a ton. So if you push down the buttons, you're making contact with that membrane. Well, the heat caused it to delaminate, and so it didn't do anything. Now, you can plug it in, the lights came on, show you that in a second, but no good. You couldn't hit start, you couldn't do anything else. So, well, what I do, I gave up and played video games is what I did. And then a year later, I came back and I got some toggle switches. I figured out the pinout from the back of this panel. It just peels off with glue, you know. Ran some wire, drilled holes in the case right here, ran the wire directly to the circuit board that controls it. I had pictures on my Instagram if I can figure out how to link anything. Yeah, so all these are is contact switches. All these are is momentary toggles and momentary push buttons, just contact switches. So you can see the numbers go, the beep goes, the light goes, and now it works. So I got temperature, tank temperature 45 Celsius, 20 minutes till the next beer. So our accelerators are charged. Engage number 1. Right full of aluminum powder. Now it's flowing around because I turned it on, and the heat will make it bubble and churn. This is, again, 50-50 mix of simple green. Of course, you're going to need quite a few gallons for a tank this big. You don't need a tank this big. That's I use a little basket to hold fasteners and things like that. But works the charm. You crank the heat up and it will eat the paint right off of stuff with the ultrasonics. Maybe the heat, maybe it's a simple green. Don't know, don't care, works fine. Don't use the green simple green. It works great too, but it corrodes aluminum. So you'll get clean as everything, but your aluminum will be a nice dark gray. And if you mix any kind of metals, probably shouldn't mix any metals in it anyway. If you mix any metals at the same time, you know, other than stainless that it's made out of, then one or more metals are going to corrode. So like you throw your carburetors in there with all their little brass parts, and it will chew it all up and be nasty. Now, of course, if they're chewed up and nasty to begin with, it will look great, but it will destroy gaskets, rubbers, paper, anything that's not metal. And don't mix metal. Right.